Never have I ever borrowed money from a partner.
I did.
Ladies are drinking. Okay. What happened?
I had just moved to Miami. I didn't have a job yet. And my rent was short $300. So I had to borrow from the guy that I was dating. And I paid him back like the second I got my paycheck, which was maybe 3 days later. And it was like the most mortifying thing I've ever done.
Why did it feel so horrible?
I have nothing against a guy spoiling me, but I don't like asking. I feel like it's really like it puts me in a position where I'm needy, and that's like independence to me is the most important thing.
They
ever.
love doing it.
Really?
I mean, it's great if they love doing it, and I love that too. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my biological brain is like, oh man, provides. But I'm so in love with being independent.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't give it up for anything, and I definitely don't want to have to ask for, extra help.
Yeah, it's
I don't do it for my parents, so I'm not gonna do it for my partner.
Do you worry about being obligated for other things if you accept?
Absolutely.
Like
Explain. Yeah, great question, Rollo.
Well, if it's a partner already, then it's not as
Right, like you're willing to give
exactly.
it up.
Like I'm already with you.
Yeah. But if it was like a friend or a guy you kind of knew, there would be some sort of obligation.
I paid your
with
rent.
it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, a little bit. And I'm not afraid that I'll do something that I don't want to do. I'm afraid that I'll have to have an awkward conversation of like, hey, that's,
That's awkward.
Remember that money you owe me?
Yeah. So what happened with you, Tori?
I parked downtown Chicago and my car got towed and I didn't have enough money to take it out because my wallet was in the car. And I don't know if you've ever gotten your car towed there, but yeah, I never paid that back.
So what'd you do?
He paid for it.
The dude paid for it.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
And then what? I was dating him.
Okay, gotcha. It was a guy you were
So
dating.
we banged. Yeah, for sure.
And we had sex in the back seat of that
Dad.
vehicle. Thanks, Dad. Rollo, what are your thoughts on these girls asking guys for money?
I've never borrowed money from a partner before. I have had women give me money before.
Really?
In the past, yes.
For what? On some
I-
Tinder swindler type shit?
No. I mean,
Not
this
that you
is
would be-
way back in my rock star 20s. But I have been with women who have like bought me things, nice things, but it hasn't been like, oh, I was out of money or I was like, I needed help with the rent or anything like that. It was more like a gift kind of thing, I guess.
Okay.
The reason I was asking about the obligation is because I think that a lot of girls will not, or they're hesitant. They have to get to a point of like real desperation if they accept sort of a. I hate that it seems like a bribe, or it's an obligation. Like, oh, here's some. Don't worry, baby, I got it for you. And then like I think a lot of women don't want, independent or not, don't want to take that. Because they'll feel obligated to do something or to like be a certain way because the guy actually stepped up and like paid your rent or got your car out of
You're married. You've been married for 20 plus years
25
right now.
years.
So it doesn't, I mean, when it's your wife, you share the income.
She borrows from me.
Sure. Okay. So my question is, you ever like paid for, like I used to have a girl that lived with me and she didn't have a job and I would pay her to help me out. And it was like an awkward business dating
Sugar
relationship.
baby?
Yeah, but it was like my girl. Like she lived with me. But
Sugar baby.
yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's a sugar
Okay,
baby?
yeah.
I feel like a sugar baby doesn't live with you.
No, they do.
I think
I think there's different
All right.
types.
Shit,
of
I thought it was my
relationships.
girlfriend this whole time. But have you ever had to
I
pay
Still
for a
pay.
girl that lived with you?
Not the only woman I've ever really lived with is my wife.
Gotcha.
But like, I mean, when I was living down in North Hollywood back in the day, it was, it wasn't really an issue. I think it was
Okay.
more like, I mean, I was playing a role that like women wanted to be a part of at that time. And so that's how you get like, oh, let me buy you a leather jacket. Let me buy you this. Do you ever watch the Dirt on Netflix for Motley Crue, like back in the day? And like
I've watched Joe Dirt. I love that movie.
Vince Neil was like
Vince
living
Neil.
with his girlfriend, and she would like buy him those the leather pants are very important part of that documentary.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Is gifts kind of thing.
Gotcha. Gifting. All right, let's.
That's a way of expressing love. It's not
It's
necessarily
one of your love
like-
language,
Yeah.
gifting,
Yeah, I like making, but I also
Here
like
we
acts
go.
of service, like
receiving
cooking.
or giving. Gifts.
I like both. I mean, I have all the languages of love, obviously, but my main one would probably be quality time
Okay.
and acts of service.
Shout out to you. All right.
to me.